There's something about the Australian outback that just keeps calling you back for more. We've been planning this trip for a while. 3 mates on 3 DRZs to cross the Simpson Desert and Outback Australia. But unfortunately, only 2 will make it. Birdsville Hotel Motel, the airport. Well, it's day 5 of our DRZ Outback Adventure, and today we're headed from Birdsville into the Simpson Desert. And I've got to say, last night was probably the worst night's sleep I've had. Whether it was my roommate snoring or just the anticipation of what's ahead, either way I've woken up with a splitting headache. So we've popped into the cafe for a greasy breakfast, and hopefully things will settle down after that. Hard Enduro Addict, that is, where you'll find Craig's series of our trip, Desert Doctors, including the bike build and trip planning and his spin on this epic trip. Well, with breakfast done and dusted and more scary stories from guys that have already made the crossing, it's done nothing for our self-confidence. In fact, my nerves are that high that I couldn't even finish my breakfast. But we're heading into the servo for a last minute top up and to buy some trail snacks. I'll just get this fuel. As I went to buy some more fuel and oil, I accidentally left my camera rolling, which was a lucky thing, as I managed to capture 2 adventure riders in their natural environment taking the piss out of each other. Even this fly dropped in for some front row entertainment.
Not a competition. Gotta get away from me. Yes. Whatever. Just want to get off. I'm going to hear that a few times today.
Then Pato manages an awkward dismount.
I think that's it. That's what anyway.
Stop laughing.
Fucking tell me when you're going to do that, and I'll turn the camera on next.
I told you, every time there's an opportunity, it's always a chance.
Oh.
It's like riding a slim.
Fuck, you're not that bad yet. You get it there though.
I know, I feel it. You're gonna have to get going.
Yeah. I give everything 100%.
And suddenly Craig notices he might have a fork leak.
It's supposed to be like that.
And never one to waste an opportunity, Pato whips out his camera to capture it all.
Last chance, Birds, make any adjustments. What's this? Is that a fork? Oil leak?
Yeah, different the oil, huh? Why is that?
Crazy, crazy.
Only on that one side as well.
Yeah, fork leak.
Must be the oil from the axle when I put it in. The lubrication.
No, it's a fork seal.
Stop putting my camera on me. I don't like it.
You too. What do you reckon? Hard Enduro Addict? You get classic comments every day. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Who's going to have to step up? Grant. He's got to make a classic comment because there'll be no one else out there.
You've got some hard competition with you.
That's all for the episode today. Thanks for tuning in.
Good luck, boys.
Yeah. Let's go get the permits.
Towards the bakery. Alright. All fueled up and loaded up. Haven't had too many too many good things said by people. Anyway, see how we go. Rightio, let's go. Our next stop is the information centre where we'll buy our desert park passes or permits. You can't cross the desert without them. Oh, that's it, information centre here. Fuck, she's heavy. And now with that box ticked, it's time to start our adventure. Here we go. With such a massive distance to cover, including 1100 sand dunes, we're all feeling a little apprehensive. One thing going for us is that there's a little bit of cloud cover and the temperature isn't too hot this morning. But that'll all change later. Say goodbye to the Birdsville Hotel. Yeah, that's it. Follow your nose, you can't go wrong. Good. And it's at this point that Craig notices a strange sound coming from his engine. What, from the motor or what? What sort of noise are we talking about? Roadside ahead says the road to Big Red is open, but due to flooding, the road to Dalhousie is closed. Big Red sand dunes, 38 kilometres. So Craig has planned for us to take the 70 kilometre bypass at Air Creek on the QAA line. Last time I was out here, the 38 kilometre run from Birdsville out to Big Red was all dirt. And now, disappointingly, it's tar all the way. And in some ways I feel it's lost a bit of its character. But as we crest the next sand dune, our excitement goes up a notch. Because coming into view is Big Red Sand Dune. As we approach Big Red, there are signs reminding you that you're entering an ancient landscape, so stick to the tracks and treat it with respect. The road straight ahead will take you over Little Red Sand Dune, but if you want to tackle Big Red, you've got to turn right. Yeah, I was just saying, Pato, that was Little Red. So that's the first one I hit, and then, but yeah, Big Red from this side obviously, do from down there. Stop at the bottom, have a bit of a break and a... Pato reckons he doesn't want to waste time, he wants to get it over and done with. Alright. Get a good run up, see, from way back down there. So this is, yeah, that's the one, yeah. Waiting for us at the bottom of Big Red is this legend on the XR650, and he's kindly offered to help us and make sure we get a clear run over Big Red.
That way, along the front ridge line, there's no cars that way.
With XR650 legend speaking Strine and Craig's thick Welsh accent, it's a wonder they can understand each other, but we get there in the end.
I've been doing rides along the ridge. Oh yeah. So going straight over, mate. Yeah.
So what does it do? It goes up and around and...
Yeah. I'll go up there, just make sure no one's coming over, mate. Got caught out just before.
Does it get worse as it goes around the corner, does it?
Nah, it gets better, mate. It's not that bad.
It looks like a road, right? I thought it was going to be like a single track on the side of the dune or something.
Give me a deep there.
Yeah.
It's a bit steeper from the other side, isn't it? Like longer from the other side. The dune's longer.
It's bigger on the other side.
Yeah.
No, show us how it's done.
Oh, it's not too bad, mate.
Love his style. And as the XR legend disappears up Big Red, we can feel our tensions rising. The topic turns to which gear we're going to use.
There we are. I think is this what do you call it? Second.
I was going to go third and then drop into second when you need to, I don't know. I just wanted to hit it with a bit of speed because of the weight.
Alright, let's get over done with Burns.
Nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel better now I see that.
Well, at least one of us is feeling good about it, but for me, the butterflies in my stomach are multiplying. And so it's our trail boss Craig who's going to lead the way and hit Big Red first. Go Burns, get up it. Craig let us know over the intercom that he made it okay. Next up is Pato. Second all the way. The first run's a fail. With these bikes loaded up, maybe we need to hit it with a little more speed. Need a hand, Pato? Park the bike. With Pato's bike back down, it's my turn next. I'm feeling extra nervous. I've got that tingling in my fingers. And I try and start the bike forgetting that I've left it in gear. Idiot. Did it again. I always leave my fucking bike in gear, don't I? After watching Pato's first attempt, I'd figure I'd get an extra long run-up. Just here might do. No, maybe just an extra few metres. That ought to do it. Now I know how Robbie Madison feels.
So you went up the right hand side, yeah?
Craig is letting me know what the track's like over the intercom. Suck it up, boy, and get on with it.
Okay. Here we come.
Nearly lost it.
Oh, I'm up, but I'm fucking balls deep.
Well, I hit that with way too much speed and missed that turn to the right.
Whoa!
And probably could have dropped it down a gear or two. Here's a look from Craig's point of view.
I think I can see which track I'm going to have to go down. Whew.
Well, the bike's in deep and that sand is as fine as talcum powder. Just look at how the bike wants to sink in. And I'm worried it's going to topple over in this wind.
There she is. Nearly 3 years later, I'm back.
Out there to the west in the distance is the QAA line, and that's the route we'll be taking through the Simpson Desert. The strength of the wind up here today is incredible, and it's almost disorientating.
It's Craig's bike. You still hear me, Craig?
As my Life 360 app starts pinging, thinking that I've had an accident, Pato starts making his way up the dune with a successful second run. And not only that, he makes it all the way to the top. Awesome job. As Craig starts walking towards me, he tells me there's a major issue with his DRZ, and we may have to
Turn back.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
As the morning rolls on, more and more bikes are appearing on the dune.
It's a bit of a shame.
Hey?
Turn back is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it'd be a shame, but we got a long way to go. That's the trouble. I mean, if it,
You got 7,000 Ks now, right? You're on doing clutch.
yeah.
And as we're chatting, we're joined by this legend on the KTM, who just finished his crossing.
Good.
Where are you guys?
Nice.
That way or that way?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
We're thinking about it. We were planning to, but plans might change because don't know, his clutch isn't too happy at the moment, so but overheated.
You
Anyway,
guys come across all the way?
Came down Hay River track.
Oh, yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I can see it longer.
nice.
Yeah.
That's a 700k range, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know if it's related to that noise or what. Going around.
That's what worries me, particularly when you're
I
off.
did have to fucking clutch a fucker, right?
Craig then mounts up and tries to get his DRZ moving, but to no avail.
No drive. We're towing you back. We're towing you back.
That's right, going down.
Bit of here then.
Yeah, exactly.
We've come a long way. You can see the look of sheer disappointment written all over Craig's face. Has he cooked the clutch, or is it something worse? If we got to head back, I'd figure I'd take a photo of Pato, who made it all the way to the top of the dune.
Hello.
As XR650 legend watches on from the top of the dune. Both Craig and I look to the west, surveying what could have been, but I can tell that he hasn't given up yet. Knowing Craig well, he never gives up. He's always got an ace up his sleeve. Well, just in case this is it, I decide to take a few more snaps, and as we try to recover Craig's bike, we say goodbye to XR650 legend.
Thank you. Hey, Justin, I was wondering if you give me a hand, maybe to get my bike out. I think I might be where I've got it stuck. It's on a bit of a.
Then, as a mid-sentence, surprisingly, Craig gets his bike going and starts heading down the dune. That's looking promising.
At least if I can get it down to here or something. Well, thank God it's still up. Thought it might be on its side by now.
That wind is unrelenting.
Fuck, I'm almost better off going.
There goes Craig.
Try and walk it up there and then.
That's down to fucking bad maintenance, really. Right? Where you going, Grant? Down there? There's a down track going there.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. That's the easy one. Maybe I should just go down, eh?
Go down the easiest track here. It's all about going up a dune, right? Go down the easiest way possible.
Yeah. The only thing is, whatever you guys decide to do. I mean,
You can come back up, right?
I can come back over Little Red, yeah.
Yeah, or Big Red, whatever.
Yeah.
It's mine that's got a concern.
Yeah.
You don't have what you think. So,
Yeah, I just got to know what you. Yeah.
At this stage, we still haven't decided what to do.
Get out of this, Grant. It's
Hey?
not too bad. You should be able to get out of this.
Yeah. I should be able to, yeah.
So at this stage, my only option is to head down the dune and wait for the guys. We still don't know the extent of Craig's clutch issue. Man, this sand is soft, and it's hard to try and gain momentum. The bike just keeps sinking in. But eventually, with a bit of speed and momentum, I make it to the bottom.
Here we are again. Little Red's that way. I was here on my GS last time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a drink.
After all that, I'm feeling a little out of breath.
Oh, there's Big Red on the steep side. I'm glad I didn't have to come up that side. It's going to be fucking hard going.
As I'm going to be waiting a while, I figured I might have a quick drink, a rest, and maybe even launch the drone. And maybe I can see what the other guys are up to. And so that's exactly what I did. Just look at that sand spilling off the top of the dune. Over there is where I made it to on the DRZ. And at the very top of the dune is where I made it on my GS 3 years ago. And at the foot of Big Red I can see Craig and Pato. In the background is where they hold the annual Big Red Bash. Stretching far off into the distance is the 1100 sand dunes of the Simpson Desert. In the far off distance I can see Craig and Pato, and all I can do is just wait. Then to my surprise I hear the sound of a DRZ and a bike appears over the top of the dune. It's Craig, and he's got his bike going. And not long after that the sound of another DRZ. It's Pato, and he's making his way down the dune. Paddo rolls in, Craig informs me that he found the cause of the problem. It turns out that when he changed his handlebar setup, the clutch cable got caught up and was the cause of the entire issue. And so with some rerouting, that problem was solved. Which is fantastic news, because now the three of us are back together again, and the adventure can continue. Join us on the next episode of our DRZ Outback Adventure, Day 5, Part 2, where the adventure continues as we watch four-wheel drives tackle Big Red, and not always successfully. We check our bikes over one last time in preparation for our journey across the Simpson. We meet up with some hardened travellers who give us some helpful advice on crossing the Simpson. Then after crossing the next dune, we blast off into the Simpson along the QAA line. But for at least one of us, this section of the QAA line is the end of the line.
Alright, that's it. We're going now. No turning back.
We've been planning this trip for a while. 3 mates on 3 DRZs to cross the Simpson Desert and Outback Australia. But unfortunately, only 2 will make it.